How to spot an INFJ. INFJs are among the most noteworthy of all the Myers-Briggs personality types because of their profound compassion and humanitarian outlooks. But how would you recognize one in the wild? The INFJ personality type, often known as the advocate, the counselor, or the insightful visionary, is the most uncommon, making up only 2% of the general population. With this comprehensive guide on how to identify an INFJ, we'll show you all the physical characteristics of an INFJ and assist you in determining whether a person you know fits the archetype. 1. They're great at listening. INFJs actively listen and give others a sense of being heard. They are truly interested in other people because of their intuitive view of the world and emphasis on emotions. Despite being introverts, they can easily pass for extroverts since they are so invested in other people while they are conversing with them about their life. They are less likely to open up to you as a result of their introversion. It's possible to have a nice talk with an INFJ but subsequently discover you didn't really understand anything about them. 2. They're an efficient worker. When they have a purpose, INFJs have a strong desire to improve the world and are skilled at doing so. An INFJ's organizational skills really shine when they are working on a project or in a position that enables them to make what they believe to be a beneficial contribution to the lives of others. They'll get things done on time, generate original and insightful work, and occasionally come out as a little disoriented. INFJs can work in a variety of fields, but they are most prevalent in those involving healthcare, education, or community organizing. INFJs may not value money as much as other individuals do. They tend to avoid employment that don't let them feel like they've made a difference in the world since they find that working solely for financial gain exhausts them. 3. They have a desire to make others happy. INFJs are able to put other people's happiness above their own. Someone who always goes above and beyond for others, regardless of how close they are to them, may be an INFJ. Because they are so preoccupied with meeting the needs of others, INFJs may occasionally fail to take care of their own needs. INFJs do, however, have a breaking point. An INFJ's introverted tendencies may take over when a relationship starts to feel overpowering, and they may end it or even disappear. 4. They're a minimalist, simple dresser. INFJs have a reputation for being classy, but in a very subtle way. Because they are too preoccupied with contemplating the complexity of other individuals and the wider world, this type is unlikely to be up to date on the newest fashion trends. They like to dress in straightforward, timeless looks that look excellent without standing out as a result. They might be drawn to apparel produced ethically in particular. For instance, an INFJ would dress in simple turtlenecks, slim button-down shirts, khakis, cheap jewelry, and other stylish but understated outfits. 5. They're moved by injustice. INFJs have a vision for a better world. When they witness instances of global injustice, such as those caused by poverty, war, racism, misogyny, or any other form of suffering, they are profoundly impacted on an emotional level. Someone who is reading or talking about global concerns and coming up with original methods to solve them may be an INFJ. Additionally, INFJs adhere to a rigorous moral code. They are inclined to set aside their introverted tendencies if they witness someone purposefully injuring another individual. An INFJ could be found participating in political activism or volunteering in their community. 6. They're tough to get to know. INFJs occasionally have a tendency to be a bit flaky. Even though they may appear to be having a blast at a social gathering, you might try reaching out to them for a follow-up hangout and find yourself getting rescheduled several times. This personality type needs some alone time to refuel their energy because they can quickly become overwhelmed after engaging in too much socializing. Be patient when trying to understand an INFJ. The more comfortable an INFJ feels with you over time, the less likely they are to believe that interacting with you drains their energy. 7. They have a close-knit circle of friends. INFJs are devoted to a select few people. Despite having a strong feeling of compassion, persons of this type sometimes have a predisposition to view strangers with distrust. As a result, they are more inclined to center their social life just around a select group of people who they feel they can totally trust. Be honest at all times if you want to forge a stronger bond with an INFJ. An INFJ is likely to withdraw permanently if they feel they can't trust you. 8. They love intellectual conversations. INFJs have a tendency to delve far deeper into casual conversation. They are enthralled by the complexity of individuals and society as a whole, and they become animated when these topics are discussed. When the talk becomes cerebral, especially when it involves coming up with ways to make the world better, you can determine whether someone is an INFJ by noticing whose eyes light up. INFJs are naturally readers, therefore it's not unusual to see them immersed in a book about a topic that is important to them on the social front. An engaging conversation might be started by asking them about the books they are now reading. 9. They're great writers. INFJs can find it simpler to express themselves through writing than in voice. An INFJ enjoys the chance to communicate the entire depth of their ideas through writing. Thus it comes naturally to them. Although an INFJ might be hesitant to express their thoughts in person, they frequently do so in writing, where they can be highly eloquent. Although there are other personality types who are skilled writers, INFJs are especially impassioned when discussing issues that are important to them. There's a considerable chance an INFJ is the author of a well-written op-ed or blog post calling for some sort of constructive social change. 10. They're unlike most people. You might think that an INFJ is a particularly distinctive individual. Because they are the least common of all the MBTI kinds, INFJs frequently feel misunderstood. An INFJ who is especially self-aware may state explicitly that they don't believe other people comprehend their perspective. It's crucial to show INFJs the same empathy they provide others when conversing with them. Given that an INFJ is likely to find this to be an unpleasant topic, try not to make them feel as though they are too sensitive. 11. Breaking down the INFJ personality type. Asking a few basic questions will help you determine if someone is an INFJ. If you are aware of what each of the elements of a psychological type stands for, it is quite easy to classify someone using the MBTI. Directly ask yourself or the potential INFJ the following questions. Are you more extroverted or introverted when it comes to how you refuel? An INFJ is a quiet person. Do you like to think about your daily life or abstract thoughts? INFJs have good intuition. Do you find logic or feelings more interesting? INFJs are emotionally focused. Are you methodical or more let's see what happens in your approach? An INFJ is judgmental in nature.